There are many spiritual awakening symptoms. In fact, spiritual awakening symptoms are not only emotional but also psychological and even physical. Here are 23 of the most common symptoms out there. See how many you can identify with. 1. You feel as though your life is false. 2. You craving for meaning and purpose. 3. You begin asking deep questions. 4. You realize that a lot of what you've been taught is a lie. 5. You feel completely lost and alone. 6. You see through the illusions of society. 7. You see how unhappy most people are. 8. You want to purge your life. 9. You begin experiencing deep empathy and compassion. 10. You desire to be alone. 11. Conversations seem shallow. 12. You want to quit your job. 13. You thirst for authenticity and truth. 14. You become aware of your old negative habits. 15. You experience anxiety and/or depression. 16. You become more sensitive. 17. You want to make the world a better place. 18. You deeply want to understand who you are. 19. Your intuition is heightened. 20. More synchronicity. 21. You feel more wonder and curiosity. 22. You start to love unconditionally. 23. You see that we are all one. I'll expand on these signs below. 1. You feel as though your life is false. Everything that you have believed, built, and worked towards seems to be false. Your life doesn't feel as though it's your own. You no longer feel like yourself. Nearly everything you once enjoyed no longer brings you meaning or satisfaction. 2. You craving for meaning and purpose. You deeply desire to find the meaning of your life. You have no idea what your purpose is, but you want to find it desperately. There's a sense that something is missing inside of you, like a part of your soul. 3. You begin asking deep questions such as, why am I here? What's the purpose of life? What happens after we die? Why do people suffer? Arise. You begin thinking more philosophically. Such profound thoughts may greatly disturb you as you don't know the answers. 4. You realize that a lot of what you've been taught is a lie. You start to see how many beliefs, feelings, and values are not actually your own, but other people's or inherited from your culture. You are growing in self-awareness. 5. You feel completely lost and alone. Nothing in your life seems to make sense anymore. You feel as though you're wandering through an endless wilderness. As a vagabond, you feel completely alone and cut off from people. You struggle to relate to those you once felt close to, i.e. your friends, work colleagues, and family members. 6. You see through the illusions of society. Materialism, success, and profit no longer mean anything to you. You start feeling as though you're a cog in the machine of society. 7. You see how unhappy most people are. You awaken to the unhappiness and suffering of others. You may start to explore activism or read more about the human condition. It is tormenting for you to realize how much pain there is in the world. 8. You want to purge your life. You're sick and tired of feeling stranded, depressed, and hopeless. Suddenly, you feel the need to simplify and declutter your life. This could mean cutting ties with toxic people, reassessing your habits, throwing out old things, relocating to a new job or place to live, or even giving away most of what you own. 9. You begin experiencing deep empathy and compassion, as you start paying more attention to the many hardships faced by humanity and nature alike. You develop more compassion. Your inherent empathy is awakened and you may find it hard to cope with the intensity of your feelings. This is a pivotal point in your inner transformation. You either numb the pain you feel with addictions, or you find healthy ways to accept and express your emotions. 10. You desire to be alone. You crave solitude. Whereas once you may have been extroverted, now you experience the introverted side of your nature. You spend a lot of time alone introspecting and enjoying the silence. At every cost, you try to reduce social contact. At this point, you may lose touch with many old friends. 11. Conversations seem shallow. When you do talk to people, you feel an acute sense of separation. You realize that very few people are comfortable with talking about passion, emotions, meaning, and the soul. In conversations, you feel restless and irritated by the small talk. You silently scream, "Can't anyone wake up and realize what is happening?" Your distaste for frivolous chit-chat draws you more into solitude. You may become a lone wolf or rebellious free spirit. 12. You want to quit your job, even though you worked for years getting your degree, establishing your career, and climbing the ranks. You feel nothing but emptiness. Your job no longer provides you the sense of fulfillment that you need. You desperately crave for more. 13. You thirst for authenticity and truth. Being true to yourself becomes top priority. You hate faking and putting on the old masks that you used to wear. You want to be completely authentic. Pretense makes you feel sick and disgusted. 14. You become aware of your old negative habits. You are painfully aware of your flaws and destructive habits. Within you arises a strong urge to wipe the slate clean and start over. 15. You experience anxiety and/or depression. You may go through deep bouts of existential depression or persistent anxiety. The shock of plunging into your awakening leaves you feeling unstable. You may be misdiagnosed with a mental illness. Uncertainty and fear follow you around everywhere. 16. You become more sensitive. Everything impacts you more. You feel the energy of others more strongly, the pain of your loved ones more intensely, and the difficulties in life deeper than ever before. At the same time, you feel a gloriously enhanced connection with animals and nature. You start feeling more at home within the natural world, rather than the man-made world. 17. You want to make the world a better place. When all is said and done, you want to leave the world a better place. You start thinking big picture. This longing to make a real impact translates to actively helping others or finding a life purpose that aligns with this desire. 18. You deeply want to understand who you are. Endless questions arise about your identity and your life. For example, who am I? Why was I born? What am I here to do? What is the purpose of my existence? As a result, you begin reading many self-help books and spiritual texts. No wonder you ended up here. 19. Your intuition is heightened. Gradually you begin to listen to the still, small voice within. You allow it to guide your decisions and you may receive secret messages from your unconscious mind. You may even come in contact with your spirit guides, spirit animal, or other spiritual helpers. Eventually, you start to uncover your hidden spiritual gifts and talents thanks to learning how to trust your intuition. 20. More synchronicity. You start becoming conscious of the many signs and omens that life brings to you. Life becomes much more receptive and interactive with you. Serendipity and déjà vu increase. You may even undergo numerous mystical experiences. 21. You feel more wonder and curiosity. The smallest things start to bring you joy and bliss. A falling leaf, a spider's web, a child's laughter, a puddle. Life is no longer ignored, it is seen as magical, amazing and beautiful. 22. You start to love unconditionally. As the barriers of the ego break down, you begin to love other people without expectations or conditions. This includes self-love. You lose interest in drama, conflict, and anything that perpetuates hatred. 23. You see that we are all one. Not only do you intellectually understand that we are all interconnected, but you feel it deeply within your bones. You realize that our thoughts and beliefs influence reality, and that we are all fragments of one great whole that is, spirit. Having fully experienced that we are this oneness, you find peace at last. Sometimes this stage can take years or even an entire lifetime. So please, feel free to reach out. Let me get to know you and your story. I'd love to hear from you below.